Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Peyton. Today we're going to be working with Linux setup. Alright, so my Windows computer that I just switched to, you guys saw it booted back to Windows 10. It's having some issues with NPM Manager, package manager, so I'm switching back so we can work on SQL. Just got a project from work that I've got to fix, so we're going to have to test it on our personal databases. I can teach you guys how to do that as well. Of course, as soon as I download my games here, we're switching back. So Linux, for anyone that is interested in different Linux ISOs, we can, if you're looking to just get started out on desktop, you're going to want to start with something like Linux Mint. It's a lot like Windows, but you can still use all the package managers of Linux. It's built as a flavor of Ubuntu, I believe. And you can choose Cinnamon setup or stick with the original. Personally, I like the original dark theme. And Ubuntu, which is what we're going to use today. Very nice for servers, easy setup for developers, and it just kind of always runs nice. They've had a lot of years working on it now. We've got Red Hat. That one is more of a server operating system. It's still open source and free. All these are free. They always ask you to donate as well, though, as people are always working on them. There's a few others. You can kind of search through them. CentOS, Unix, got a couple of them. You can give them shots or look them up in Google to see exactly what they're about and why you'd want to use them. All right, so I just clicked on, yeah, no. There we go, okay. So I'm going to use the Ubuntu Desktop. The Ubuntu server is literally the same thing as the desktop, but it comes with preloaded questions to help you set up your server, and it doesn't have a desktop. You'd be working completely in command line if you want to go with the server. So definitely know what you're doing to do that. I'm running LTS to be on the safe side. It's their newest update, and I've recently downloaded it. Actually, it did download again for me. And they asked for the donation of 15 down here. Not sponsored in this video by any way, but always supporting good causes. So we can go into downloads. So if you're running on Windows, which I recommend, I'm sure you are right now, actually, even in Linux, I'll show you a different way to build that drive so you can switch from Linux to Linux when we get there. But Windows, the easiest way, easiest program I like is Win32. I was pretty sure I had this. Give me a second here. Ooh, that's gonna bug me. There's a very easy way to write this. Let me think. Oh, nice. I don't even know where my download went. Great. I love Windows so much, you guys. This is lovely. So, anyways, I have another flash drive ready to go. I don't feel like waiting for this one, but I want to show you the setup. I have a really nice disk imager. I wonder where it's at. Apparently I don't anymore. Oh, I could have sworn I had one. Alright, Windows has easy ones to download. Let's see what this one is. Yeah, Win32 is one. What's the other one? Don't necessarily click on the websites I'm clicking on. This is a complete clean computer, so I'm not worried about it having any issues. I'm pretty sure this is the one I recently had, like just had a minute ago. NPM, my manager isn't working either, so it really wouldn't surprise me if this is just having issues with, you know, some of the fastest Wi-Fi ever. It's still taking minutes. All right, so we're waiting on this. So WinDisk 32 is usually pretty good. Pretty sure it's called WinDisk. And 32. No, Win32. Well, there's some other one I had recently that looks exactly like this. This one's an alright one. Pretty sure it asks you to pay for stuff every time you're in it. Alright, that's exactly what I had downloaded earlier. Okay, I don't know where that one went. So, now we have that, and we have our Ubuntu Desktop that I had earlier as well. You need a device, doesn't have to be that big, flash drive, same as before. I've got that one over there preloaded. So this guy, we're going to open up downloads. Oh, yes. So you're going to have to change this into this period here. It'll still write, it's just not actually written out as a ISO, I believe is what it was looking for there. But it is written out in an ISO. Maybe it wasn't looking for ISO, I don't remember. And then just click write. Windows looks for very specific things sometimes, and you have to convince it to otherwise, but it still works. So, actually, I don't have to finish writing this, but that's exactly how you complete that setup for Linux. Now we have the drive ready. Unplug the old one. Going back to a trusty Ubuntu so I can develop, test, get stuff done. All right. So from this point, you have to get your computer back to BIOS. Power down, and it's going to ask you to hit buttons on the startup. I don't think I really talked about this much in the Windows, but kind of hoped people would know. Very easy from this point. So next up, we're going to be talking about, let's see if I can do this. Next up, we're going to be talking about SQL mostly, and probably some Node JavaScript. I'm going to get into that. SQL is going to be most important for my job, so we're going to set up a dummy database and go over a legitimate issue at a dentist office without showing any actual information. But you'll get to see how everything goes. All right. I completely just muffed that up, so we're going to power this guy down. Just holding the button, 10 seconds. All right. This happens when you have a SSD. I think it's the M2 or something. All right. Setup, we're going to BIOS setup. So we're going to F10 there. And what we're looking for, I did not want to go here actually. Don't go to BIOS setup. Wrong idea. Maybe I'll delete that. I'll try to remember to erase that from the video this time. Alright. Gotta go back in the boot menu. Hopefully it's gonna pop back up here. Maybe. I don't think it's gonna do it. Oh, nope. Yeah, I just had my admin login still there. Just for you guys to see. There's no password on it, ever. Oh, dang, this is an issue. Solid state drives boot up way too fast. It's actually a nice thing that I'm complaining about, but developer-wise, this kind of blows. I need to put like a longer start timer on my BIOS. Alright, so we're going to go to boot device options, F9, after all that time's wasted. And we're going to go into SanDisk. That's my flash drive name here. So just so you know what you're looking for your own flash drive name depending on which one you used. And it's gonna load slowly up here. Alright. So we're going into Ubuntu. Load as a permanent save because I want to be able to develop without getting in the way of Windows or any other filing issues. This is literally like using a filing cabinet. It's computers. They're literally just files, tucked in files, for anyone that wants to know. Even the applications you use. Just one page talking to another. Alright, so this is going to go through them, check all the disks, is what it's saying right now, which is hard drive and writing filing system, which will be nice. This actually has fixed a Windows issue for me recently. So anyone that's having, it was a printer issue that was somehow they could print from desktop, from Word, but they couldn't print from any third-party software, like their dentist software. So if you ever find weird issues like this in the job, you can always use this reformat basically to Linux. It's very, very nice fix. And as you can tell, I think it found an issue right here. Still loading, but we're stuck on something. Could have been my NPM issue too. That package really didn't want to go through. I was just trying to use Python on Windows, you guys. That's all I was trying to do. That and SQL. And I'm already back to Linux. That's kind of how it goes sometimes. One files. Yep, okay, I kind of expected that, which kind of sucks at the same time. I might need to get a new hard drive. But that'll be later, and we can take this apart together. I guess we'll go over my graphics issue later in the next video. I don't feel like building that in right now. So, just a video about installing Linux, talking about uses of it and why to use it. Alright, here we go. I'm not trying. You can definitely try it if you want to. It's really fast and easy and just kind of loads on top of Windows. I'm in the US and I'll log into this, but you can't see it. I didn't realize I was that close to people's house. Alright. Oh, cool. It just blots them all out. I recommend booting up on wireless or having a network cable. Sometimes your wireless won't work. Just a heads up, guys. It's really confusing when that happens, but we'll go through that. You may have to download a driver for it. Normal installation, download updates. I definitely would. Graphics and Wi-Fi hardware. So this is kind of one of those things where you might have to be directly connected to a cord. Cat 6 Ethernet cord, that would be. I guess Cat 5 would do. Cat 7 if you have that kind of money to blow. But yeah, it's not needed. Wi-Fi is plenty fast enough. Alright, and I'm erasing the whole disk. This is really how you fix Windows issues. You don't have to click Advanced. That's how you... Well, I'll show you. We can use encryption and experimental, which I'm not doing that. We're sticking with normal. And you can do something else if you want specific partitions. Partitions are in case you're, in case the operating system itself has issues. Like if the Linux itself would have issues, you can put stuff in another folder outside of Linux, and then it wouldn't go away. You'd be able to get it back if your computer had issues. But it's not really needed. I'm in New York time zone, even though I'm not in New York. Alright. I'm going with whatever it gives me here and log in automatically without a password. Can I do that? No, I can't. Shoot. Alright. Another nice thing about Linux, it likes to be secure. Really can't allow me to log in without a password. Windows allowed me to do it, and you got to see it. So this is kind of nice for security wise, for any business use. It'd actually be really nice getting some businesses into Linux. We're seeing a lot of Windows issues with drivers, and Ubuntu is still pulling through. It's running hard, but always recommend using desktop. You can still build all the server components into the desktop. I've done it myself, but it's nice having a desktop on there. I will admit, I don't like just going CLI the whole way. Command prompt for anyone that uses Windows. Alright, it's complete. Needs one restart. Then I'll be back on. Obviously, it's having a few issues with the chips. Yes, remove installation media and then press enter. So we're going to remove that guy. Hit the enter button. Loading back up. And it takes a minute. There we go. You can use this with any Linux setup. It's nice and easy. Even Kali Linux, for any of you that want to get into ethical hacking. They've got that out there, and it's just as easy to get into, but you got to be more careful with that one. Alright, so we're gonna skip. Sure, and I don't like sending info. You can if you want. I'd actually suggest you do, in case you guys have issues. Location services, if you'd like. They have great security here, and software. I'm just going to continue. All right, so that is the Linux setup. You now have access to all the apps, and I lost it. Well, the App Store, but I have no idea where it's at. They recently did an update, but yeah. Ubuntu software, there we go. It looks different. It used to be more orange. There it is. They put it right on the screen for you. Nice little app store. They give you Firefox, Thunderbird for emails, filing system, Rhythmbox for music if you want to download that and play it. And it's running updates. No wonder why. Software catalog is being downloaded. Can't even load yet. Okay. Well, that's a good video to end on this point, guys. It doesn't look that fuzzy. I swear it's just this camera distance right now, and this is actually really confusing. Can't move them. Oh, okay. I'm pressing too many buttons. Okay, well, yep, you get the idea. But anyways, watch for next videos. We'll be getting into a little bit of code work, database, and connections. Recently, there's been a FedEx issue that I worked on, so we can talk about that as well. All right. Been good seeing you guys. Like, subscribe. Get ready for the next video. See you later.